apparently we've had such an interest and so many people doing custom reports that they've asked for a refresher on it. Okay, so we're going to teach you how to become an expert at basically creating your own reports and emailing information to anybody. Okay, so to do anything with reports, you need to be able to be signed in. So if you've got sign in there, you're not going to be able to go to your menu and then go run reports. You have to be signed in. So click on the sign in button and then log in. Okay, now when you log in, you need to be able to have access to the menu for reports. That's very important because you might not have rights to be able to extract data. Now, just a little caution here. You don't want to go around giving everybody the right to be able to create reports. Now, when I talk about everybody, I'm talking about anyone outside of the library. You don't want to be giving access to staff who have no reason to get information on all the patrons in your school and all their year levels and all their whatever information. So the function of running reports should only be for authorized people. When you click on there and you click on reports, that will take you to the report module. The report module is divided into twos. The very first time you ever go in there, and we've never done any tailored reports for you, or you've never done any tailored reports yourself, you will have the top section, which says reports created by Functional Solutions International. These are all the report areas. Okay, so as an example, I can click on catalog and there's all my catalog reports. I can click on cost center, my cost center, and so forth and so on. Okay, so these are all the reports that we have created for you. And if you have a look at the bottom, which is reports created by me, this is the area that we are going to concentrate on. So you should not have anything in there if you've never created a report or never asked functional solution staff to create a report. So we're just going to do a very simple report, and the fundamentals of what we're going to go through is able to be recreated on any of the other reports. So I'm going to go into the catalog reports, and I'm going to do a catalog by location. Okay, catalog by location. You can randomly click on any report. You will never ever stuff up anything in the reports created by FSI. So let's go back in here and we go catalog by location and go open, and it says location equal to, so let's go location equal to have I got library library office. Okay, and what else have I got there? I can add more than one area. I can say equal to the teacher's reference shelf and equal to technology. So click outside. So now I've said I want a report equal with the location equal to this, and I can just go generate. And what that's going to do, it's going to generate me a report, and there it is. So I've got the location, the title, the call number, the title, the media type, the ISBN, and the holdings. Now here's my report. Okay. Now, I haven't got a template. We'll deal with that in a minute. But if I then say, all right, if I've got this particular report, I want to change the selection criteria. And I want to get, so I've got book, I've got ebook. Okay, so I can say, no, I don't want the ebooks in here. So I can add media equal to ebook. So now I still want the location equal to all of this, but I'm only interested in the ebooks. And now when I go generate, look what it's done. It's only brought me up the ebook. Or I can say, no. What I actually wanted with the media, not equal to ebook. Generate. And there we've got it. Okay. So any report has the ability to go ahead and add additional features. So I can go here and I say, and with call number, starting with 50. Okay, so I'm expecting to get that one, and I'm expecting to get none of these others that are in 507. So I'll go generate. See what it's done? Okay, now if this is a report that I'm going to be running a lot and I don't want to have to come back and remember all of this, so what I can do is I can go and click on the configure button, and it says, what do you want to call this report? And I'm going to call this report ebook and 500 call. You can call it anything you like. And now when I go save, okay, let's go back home. That's the home page. And because you cannot change any of this, so it was a report I selected from the top and I saved it, and because I originally chose it from the catalog, if I now go to reports created by me and I go to catalog, okay, and if you had there Mike's ebook and 500 call report, when I click on that, okay, and go open, I don't even have to put in all the parameters. So all I need to do is just go generate, and that's it. However, if I saved the report without putting these items in there and now went and did a save of that report, what's going to happen is every time the report runs, it'll ask you to put in which locations are you talking about, which media type that you don't want, and what call number starting area do you want, and so forth and so on. Okay, so all I've done is I've shown you how to take a report and then run the information up there. Okay, now let's go back home and let's do another report. Catalog, and let's go catalog by media. Okay, I'm going to open that, and with media equal to, and no, we don't want kit, so I'll click on here, and now in here I can go around and I can choose my media type. Okay, so when I click there and I choose, okay, my media equal to book, and now I'll just go generate. So it's going to give me a pretty big report, because in my collection 99% of my items have a media type of book. Okay, now when it goes and it generates this, it's going to generate two kinds of views of this report. Okay, so I've specifically deliberately chosen a report that is quite massive. Okay, and we're going to trim that report down, but I want to show you the template information and the results information. What's the difference between the two and why that difference is there, and how can I change the layout of my report. Okay, so on the previous section I just walked you through was how to add selection criteria. Now I'm going to show you how do we go ahead and put in fields on a report. How do I add fields? How do I remove fields on the report? And unfortunately, because this is such a big, a massive report, it's going to take a little while. I should have got a subsection of it, but we'll just wait over here and wait for this to generate. Okay, and while we're waiting for it to generate, whenever you go to a report, if you've got this mailing option down here, that's something very important for you to consider. Okay, because all our reports can be printed, they can be exported, and they can be sent as an email to anyone. You can nominate who you want to send the report to. So it can be your bursar, it can be your principal. So let's say, for argument's sake, your bursar comes to you and says, can you give me a list of all the fiction resources that you have added to the collection this term? And I would like a copy of that list, and I want you to update me every month. Well, I'm going to show you how you can take a report and you can set up an email parameter for that report and send it to whoever you want to nominate. Looks like this is going to run for a long time. So let me just go back in here. Let's go back into reports. Okay, and we're going to regenerate this page. And we're going to go to catalog. We're going to catalog by media. Okay, so we're going to open that. And we're going to say, no, we don't want kit, just like we did before. And we want the media type of book. Okay, and to cut it down, we're going to go in here and we'll go with and locate call number. Call number equal to, no, call number starting with 5. Okay, same report. So I'll go now generate, and it shouldn't take me that long. Okay, so instead of having 4,000 pages like the other one was going, hopefully this will be a little bit shorter. Okay, because we're looking for all the media type equal to book and a call number equal to 5. Or is this one going to be too long? It looks like this is going to be hundreds of pages as well. So how about we change that selection criteria to call number equal to 500. Okay, so we'll go to catalog, we'll go down to reports and we'll choose reports again. And we'll go to catalog. We'll go down to catalog by media. I want to stick on media because I want to show you that it is a very flexible system that allows you to choose anything out of your system based on any criteria. So we go book and we go with call number starting with 500. Okay, there we go. Now there's my results. That's what you were looking at before, but this time when I click on template, I've got a template. And what that template is, you can see I've got the title, the ISBN, the call number, and the media type. But when I have a look at the results, I've got the author in there as well. So what the results means is that this report has the ability to choose any of these fields of information. But when I have a look at the template, the author's not on there. And you can go, okay, I would like the author on this report. So if you want to change that particular report and you'd like to see the author on it, okay, this becomes very handy when we're doing spine labels and you want different pieces of information on it. So you need to learn how to work with templates. Now, working with templates in a spine label is a little bit more complex in as much as you have the screen the size of a postage stamp. So it's very hard to see where the fields are. But once you learn how to work with a template in a big report, then you can apply the same principle to a spine label. So I want to add an author on this report. So I can go configure and I want to configure the template. Now, whenever you're working with any report and you're talking about a template, okay, my recommendation is number one, always without fail, click that PC button up here, because that'll give you a bigger screen to work with. So when I click on the PC button up here, it gives me all the space to work with. Now I can say, all right, so I want the title, and then I would like the author, because I've got title, ISBN number, call number. So I go, no, I want the author. So I can choose author. And the reason why you can choose author is because in the results data in the previous screen, it had author in there. So I'll say, all right, title, author. Then I don't want that. What I want to do is I want to change the call number to ISBN, the ISBN number, and then I want to add ISBN number, and then I want to add the media type. No, not the media type. So a call number. I haven't got a call number, so I'll click on call number. So how do I go and now add the media type? That's easy. All you got to do is you got a plus. When you click that plus, it'll add the next field here. And what you can see is that it says call number again, because that's alphabetic. You can go, no, I've got call number there. I want to change that. Click that, and now you can select media. Okay. Now the reason why it's this big, because it's A4 sheet of paper, and that's how it's going to work. And you can go, okay, so that's all proportionate to an A4 sheet. So therefore the title's not that big. So under every field of information, when you put the cursor in here, there's this little thing. See that, those two dashes? When you put the cursor there, it allows you to click with your mouse, drag it there, and there's your media. Okay, so now I've got that. Now what I can do is I can preview that, or I can save it. But if I preview that report, that's what it looks like. You've now got the title, the author, the ISBN, the call number, and it's exported as a PDF. Okay, so if you're happy with that, then you need to save those changes. And this is where we get tricky. So if ever you're working in a template, 3 golden rules: click on the PC to get it up there. Once you've changed information, so you can do things like going in here, you can center, justify the data, you can write justified, you can do all those things. No matter what you do, you have to remember to hit that diskette to save it, and then you have to also hit this button here to save it. Now once you've saved it, that report is fixed. So if I go back into my home screen, okay, so just cancel that. So report configuration. So if I go back into my home screen, okay, and now I can go to catalog, and it'll catalog by media, duplicate. That's it. Okay, and when I click that and I go open, and I go with 500, and I go generate that report, and there it is. Okay, title, author, ISBN, or you can click it that way. These are just all the result table fields that you can put onto the report. Okay, that's the template. Now let's assume that you need to send this particular report to a particular teacher for a specific reason. Okay, and let me show you how you could do that. So let's go back into the home screen, and let's go into overdues. Generally you want to email overdues, so I'll choose the overdues. Overdue by classification. Okay, and let's run the overdues by classification, and we'll say classification equal to prep, and generate. Oh, we haven't got any classifications with prep, so we'll choose a year 8 and a year 7 and a year 12, just for good measure. And now I go generate. Okay, fantastic. So you can see we've got a year 7 classification, and we've got year 8s, and we've got year 12s. Now, I want to send the year 7s to the year 7 teacher. So if that's the case, we'll get rid of the 8 and we'll get rid of the 12, and I'll generate that report again. And here's my overdues for my year 7s. That's it. Now I want to send this to the year 7 teacher. So I can just click email. And I can then put in the email address of the person you want to send it to. So Jack's the year 7 teacher. And I'll put in the address for Jack. And the subject area will be, Jack, please chase these. Please chase these overdues for me. Okay, and if I hit send now, it'll say click here to confirm that you want this sent to this particular person. And of course, if I click that, it will go. However, Jack's the homeroom teacher or the year 7 teacher, and I don't want to run this report every Monday and ask him to chase the students, or every Friday. I would like to schedule the report. So I can go and say, all right, starting from Monday the 24th at 1 o'clock, oh no, I'll do it at 6 o'clock in the morning, weekly. That's the message I want to put in the subject line. That's the teacher I want to send. I've already selected my year 7s, okay? And I can go schedule. And as soon as you go schedule, well, it is going to go out according to the schedule that you've set. And you don't have to ever worry about sending this report manually again. It's automatic. That's it. Now, you might have a particular genre that a particular teacher's in, and the teacher might say, can you send me all the books on this particular genre? Can you send to me at the start of every month so that I know what's new? Okay. You can go to catalog, you can create all of that information. You can put in a selection, year level, items added after a particular date. You can put whatever selection criteria you want, and then run the report, go generate, make sure that the information comes up. However, you then click on the email, and then you can put in the teacher's email address, the subject, and then when you put in the start date, you can say starting there, and I want to send this monthly. So on the 24th of every month, send this report. Okay, and just go schedule, and that's it. So you can email and put a schedule. So you can email one soft copy, or you can schedule any report that's on the system to whoever you want on a frequency that you want. Now, if you've already set up a schedule, so I've gone schedule and it's gone, all right, that's scheduled. And then I decide, oh no, I don't want to schedule that. Or he's complaining I'm sending it every week. He would like it sent to me every fortnight. So what you can do is you can disable the schedule that was there, and it says, are you sure you want to disable? You go yes, and then go back and create another schedule for a fortnightly or a monthly or a quarterly or whatever. Okay, so what you need to understand is that with all the reports, okay, when you go in, you have the ability to grab any of the existing reports, absolutely anyone, click on it, okay, and then you can go open. When you go open, and you can change it, add parameters by adding other parameters. You can go to the results sheet and add items. So let's go, we say overdues, and no, we don't want an overdue. We don't want a media type overdue. So I'm going to change, so overdue by class grade. Okay, so overdue by class grade and equal to 7s. Okay, so there's my report, overdues by class grade equal to 7, and if I go generate, it'll show me the information that's coming out. Remember, you can go to results and say, oh, but this is only giving me call number, title, copy, barcode, due date. I would like the author. So you can go to results to see, is the author in there? No, it's not. So I would like to go and add an author. So what you can do is, okay, you can go ahead on any report, and when you click down like that, okay, when you go to configuration for that report, okay, and you go to results data, you can see I've got no author here. So you can go and change any of these fields. So you can go, I don't want the patron barcode, or I don't want the class grade. So I'm going to use this field, and I'm going to change that to the author. So I'll just go author. So you can do that. Or you can go, no, I would like the field that I had. I want to add the author. So if you want to add another field that's not already there, so I've got no media type, so now I want to add media type, I can click plus, and in the plus, it'll always go alphabetically, accession numbers or plus accession. No, don't want that. So you click on that and you go, I want to now add the media type. So in here, you can go into, so that's the copy information. So in the title information, I want to add the media. Click on the media. And now you've got that in the results data. It's not in the report. It just says you've made it available in the results so that you can put it into a template. That's what that is about. Okay? So you can take any report and you can change it any which way you like. And if you save it, it's down at the bottom. Now, if you've got an existing report from the top, as I said, by clicking on a report, whatever report it is, and then going open, what you can do is you can go into configuration, and if you change the name of the report and you save it, what it will do, it will take that report as is and it'll put it in the bottom. Okay, but let's say I go to this catalog report and catalog by any selection. I like that one. Okay, and I go open that report. Okay, and I go any selection, so with location equal to A2 staff room and A7 staff room, and I go generate. Okay, now here's a report that I've just generated, but I want to be able to save this report by adding another criteria. So with location equal to that, okay, and I say, and with call number starting with CS. So starting with CS. Okay, and now I go generate. Okay, so that's only gonna give me the CS items, and I go, yep, that's exactly what I want. Now I want to save this report. So all I have to do is just hit a button and that report comes up. You notice I've got no save there. Okay, so if you click on the configuration, okay, then you'll get the save. So you can duplicate a report, or you can just go into configuration where you've got the ability to then change all the data. Okay, go into that configuration and then click the save button. So whether you're talking about taking a report from the top created by FSI and then changing the name and saving it, or at the bottom, you can do the same thing. You might say, look, I know this report. I don't want to run it, but I want to take a copy of it because I want to play around with that. Why not click on duplicate that report and then give it a name? Okay, in this case, duplicate. Now I'll go save. And when I go home, okay, and go back into my catalog, so there it is. Catalog by any selection and catalog by any selection duplicate. Okay, so you can duplicate the records there and you can duplicate the records there. The last thing we're going to do with is spine labels. How do I change my spine label? I don't like my font. I want it smaller. I want it bigger. I want it in a left justified. I want it right justified. How do I change all of that? Now that you know the fundamentals of doing reports, and I play around with reports as much as you can, before you venture into spine labels. So let's have a look at that. And there's your spine label report. And let's have a look at 12603. Click on 12603 and you can notice down here I've got spine labels, and let me just click on that one and delete it. Are you sure? Yes. Get rid of that because I want to get rid of all my spine labels configured at the bottom. Click on this one, click on delete. Okay, that's got rid of it. Then I go to spine labels, just 2 more to delete, so just bear with me. Delete. Okay, and then the last one is spine labels in here. Delete. Okay. Okay, now all that was the purpose of it was to show you that there are no spine labels here. So I'm going to go into spine labels. I'm going to go to 12603 and I'm going to configure this one. So remember, you can do all you like with it, but it will not save it up here. It'll save it at the bottom. No spine labels at the bottom. So here we go. Open. And it's asking me to put in a barcode. Okay, however, let's have a look at what it's like. So here's my barcode, 11. Okay, so those are my spine labels, and I'll go generate. So you have a look at what it looks like. There's your spine labels, okay? 12603. Now I'm going to go into configuration because I'm going to change it. All right, so configuration, and remember, it's all the same. Your results data, okay, your and it just has call number. I can go yes, but I want to add accession date. No, I don't. I want to be able to add the record ID in there. So if I click on ID, I now have the option to choose a copy number and an ID. But I'd like to also add title. I might want to put in title on the spine label. So in the title area, I'll put in title. So now I've got 3 fields of information. Okay, now that's the purpose of that is to just illustrate that you can add information to add to your spine labels. But the spine labels is printed from a template. And there's my spine label. It's the size of a postage stamp. Now, obviously, you can't add the title in there, but I was just illustrating that you can add data so you can put it into the spine label. Now, the reason why I've come here in the 12603 is because in the spine label, it's left justified, or I want it right justified, or I want it center justified. I want to change the justification. Now, this is the tricky bit. It's not easy. It's not hard to change the justification. It's finding out how do I get into it. Okay, so you can click on PC. Remember the PC? Click on the PC. Okay, and there it is there. So I can go and then put the cursor in there, and then I can say center justified or right justified or whatever in there. Okay, or when I'm in there and it gives me the little cog, which is the settings, why don't you click on that and then it'll say, there it is. Well, I would like to change the font size and I want to make it tiny. So there it is, tiny. And because the reason why I want to make it tiny is because I want to make it bold and I want to make it into italics as well. Okay. And I want to change the font. I want to make it Courier. So that's what you can do, all of that in there. And then, like all things, you gotta click the save. Okay, so there we go. Save, and then second save. Remember, any report where you fiddle with the template, you gotta go save and save. Now, let me exit out of here, or let's go and generate. Okay, and let's go and generate. Let's get rid of all of these. Okay. And actually, let's go out completely. Let's go home. And remember, we didn't have spine labels on the bottom. You've now got the spine label on the bottom. You got a 12603 duplicate, and you can click on that. And now you can go open. Okay. And you can generate that report. However, I'm going to show you how to change the spine label a different way. So if you want to change that spine label a different way, what you can do is you can go back into the home screen. Okay, you can go back into your spine label program. Okay, and go configure. all right, and then go into the template, all right, and then no, let's do it another way. So we'll do it with a brand new one. So go back into my spine labels, 12603, exactly as before, and then you go open, okay, and we'll go into 1122 as an example. But when you have a look at it, there's your spine labels, and now I can go into configure, and now I can go into template, but I'm not going to click that PC. I'm going to work with it in here. Now, how do I get that little cog? And the way you do it is you bring it down here, so you've got the scroll bar at the bottom, okay? Remember that scroll bar at the bottom, okay? And then you scroll, and when you put the cursor in there, that's when you get that little cog. You click on that cog, and it brings up that same screen. So you're working in a very small little area, okay? And now you can say, I want it in bold, or you can say, no, I want, instead of that, I want this field, or I want the title if I've got the title in there. So now you can choose what you want out of here, and you can choose the formatting, you can choose the font size, and you can choose the justification. Okay, you can go left justified, right justified, okay, and then don't forget 2 saves, always 2 saves. Save the diskette, save that item. It says the report name already exists, please choose another report name. Go okay. So we'll exit out of here because I've saved that, okay, and then what you do is you can go to save the report name only, please choose I have to go into report settings and give it a different name, duplicate 2, okay, and now go save. And now when I go generate, I can preview the report if I wanted to, okay. So that's how you change your spine labels. If you've got any questions, just send them via a ticket, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions on report writing. Thank you for being with us on this long session of report writing. Thank you very much.